Hi guys, Andy Jennings here with GameDayInactives.info with your Week 1 Fantasy Injury Report. A lot of big names on the list this week already. Preseason, training camp always bangs up some of these guys. And here we are already going into Week 1. We've got a long list of key fantasy producers that are going to be on that game time decision, questionable bubble come Friday into Saturday. We're not going to know whether they're going to play or not. We're going to have to wait till Sunday morning. And that's what we're all about at GameDayInactives.info. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let's go through this list real quickly. Like I said, key fantasy producers. Look at the quarterbacks that are going to be on this list this week. Tom Brady with a foot. We already know about his foot. He hasn't played an entire preseason game. And we're not going to know going in. They don't tell you anything in New England about injuries. We all know that as fantasy owners. So you're going to have to wait till just before kickoff to find out about Tom Brady. Matt Hasselbeck in Seattle hasn't played much at all. Back injury. Don't know what his status is going to be. Of course, we all know about Peyton Manning's knee. Not going to know anything about that until we get a little bit closer. They're pretty tight with their information in Indianapolis as well. Tavares Jackson, another guy, probably a fantasy sleeper this year for a lot of people. He's got a knee injury. Don't know if he's going to play. Derek Anderson with a concussion. You know how concussions are. It's just a week-to-week thing. You got to wait and see. So there's several key quarterbacks for fantasy owners that are already banged up, and we don't know what their status is going to be. How about a running back? Willis McGahee had knee surgery. We don't know his status just yet. It's not looking good for him to play in Week 1. You want a couple of good wide receivers. How about Chad Johnson with a shoulder injury? And down in Jacksonville, Jerry Porter with a hamstring. Those are two guys that are getting a lot of passes thrown their way this year. And right off the bat, we don't know what their status is going to be. If you're into IDP or just looking at team defenses, these two guys are going to affect their defenses greatly, whether they're in there or not in there. That's Jason Taylor in Washington. We saw his knee injury a couple of weeks ago. His status is still iffy for Week 1, and boy, he's going to get a lot of sacks in that defense this year, I believe. So you know, if you're looking at that. That really could affect Washington's defense in Week 1 if he's not in there. And how about Brian Dawkins in Philadelphia? A major part of what they try to do on defense there. If Brian Dawkins isn't in there, that's a different defense. So he's got a bad ankle, hasn't practiced or played in 2 weeks really. So you know, keep an eye on that. Now, why do we care about all this at GameDayInactives.info? Because that's what we do. We take this list and we'll give you every player, whether they're playing or not, in the game every week, all season long. All you have to do is sign up for our service. It's $9.95 for the entire season. You can't beat that anywhere. I know a lot of other sites have this information for free. You can find it on newspaper sites, but you got to search all over the place for that information. They don't put the best list out there. They're not the comprehensive list that we have, and you got to find it in 10 or 12 different places. It's just a much more convenient situation. At GameDayInactives.info, all you do is 2 clicks and you got all the information you need. And this year we're adding a mobile alert service. So if you're at the tailgate party and you find out all of a sudden that somebody's not playing, you'll get that information on your mobile device if you give us the information for that, and then you can call or log on and make a change right there. You know, just leading up to game time. So and all that's included for the $9.95. So you can't beat that anywhere. You just go to GameDayInactives.info right now. Everything you want to know about the site and what you're going to get is right there. You can click sample pages, see it all, and sign up very, very quickly and easily, and you'll be set for the entire fantasy season. We'll be back next week with another injury report for Week 2. But for now, this is Andy Jennings with GameDayInactives.info signing off. Have a great Week 1, everybody.